Hello, everyone. I hope this Tuesday finds you in great health. Today is May 16th. We're in the middle of the month, and I would like to start by saying Happy Mother's Day, at least happy belated Mother's Day for everyone who celebrated Mother's Day this past weekend. I celebrated Mother's Day being at home recovering. However, I did receive a gift from my son that brought a smile to my face, and I was able to talk to my friends and family, which also gave me joy. I hope you were able to experience joy on Mother's Day. Okay, so I want to start by telling you that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I mentioned that because I want to tell you what happened to me and my husband a couple of weekends ago. It was a Saturday, first Saturday of May, and we went to the bicycle shop to repair his bike. And as we were there, we met this young man named Nick. Nick was on an orange bike. He was very thin, I mean, really thin. And he was wearing a hoodie, a backpack, and he started talking with us about chakras and energy and told us about his sister passing and his life and living in St. Petersburg. And he was lost. He wanted to know where the park was. And my husband showed him how to get to the park. And really, really pleasant individual. And then we knew something was not exactly right about him. However, his conversation was just very nice, very uplifting. It kind of made me feel like humanity was a good group of people. It just was really nice meeting him. And I felt very honored to meet him. At the conclusion of the conversation, he thanked my husband and I for meeting him, talking with him, and being in his presence, which I thought was a lovely thing to do. He left. We saw him, and then we rode through our little area, and there was a car show going on. So we rode by and saw the beautiful cars out there and all the people out there and kept going, not paying attention to anything. So a couple of days later, the news is on. And in the background in the news, there's the orange bike, which I recognize as belonging to Nick. There's a man lying down on the ground covered up. There's a police officer pacing back and forth. Now, Nick was this young Caucasian man with a beard, a hoodie, a hat, kind of looked as if he was homeless, as if he didn't have any place to be, but that was not the truth. As it turns out, Nick had went into one of the stores by the car show. Nick was in the store praying. Now, this is according to the article that detailed what happened to Nick. And as Nick was praying, the owner of the store kind of became suspicious, called the cops. So then Nick went outside. Some other people saw him. He had a hoodie on. He's on a bicycle. He has a backpack. They kind of felt like he was a vagrant. Some other people called the cop. The cop arrived. According to the news article, the police officer did have mental health training. The police officer says that Nick came charging towards him with a knife. Now, other people who were around said that didn't happen. I wasn't there, so I don't know if that happened or not. But what I do know is the officer shot Nick. And Nick died in front of everybody, and someone recorded it, so he died on camera. And my heart just broke finding out that this guy that I had just met, that just gave me this wonderful experience, died a few hours later. Now, maybe Nick knew he was going to die. Maybe that's why he was praying. Maybe something just led him to lay there and pray. However, it just reminds me that all of us need to be aware of mental illnesses. When people act a little differently than how we expect for them to act, it might not be because that's just them. They might be going through something. They might not be taking their medication. They might need help. And we should learn to deal with them in a different manner. Now, according to the article, Nick's fiance and his family members said, hey, this was not a mean guy. He was a vegan. He loved everyone. He wouldn't even kill a bug in the house. And so it's really hard to believe that this individual was trying to attack a police officer. Could have been that case depending on his mental state. But it reminded me also of the mental challenges that I face and the mental challenges that most people face. Because most of us think about schizophrenia, we think about bipolar disorder, but we don't think about the everyday common forms of depression that many of us experience. So I want to bring your awareness to the fact that depression is a mental illness and it's something you should be aware of because it could lead to tendencies of wanting to commit suicide, um, despair, not being able to get out of the bed, you're very tired, you're sleepy all the time. And I just want to encourage you that if you have any thought that you may be suffering from depression, it's okay to get in touch with someone to help you with that. But I did a little research. I also want you to know about there's some alternative means to dealing with your depression that you can try as well. So one of those things is talk to a friend. Call someone you really trust. Tell that individual how you're feeling, and hopefully the person you're calling is not going to be a negative Nancy. We need a positive Pete. We need someone who's going to encourage you, uplift you, tell you that you are loved, as I am telling you, you are loved. I love you. If no one else loves you, call me. So you also want to make sure that you go out and be around people. Go into settings to where you can interact with people who bring you joy. So if you like going to the zoo where there's people looking at animals, go to the zoo. Okay, maybe you don't have any money. Go to the park. Go to a dog park if you like dogs. If you don't have a car, walk to the park. The other thing, walking. Exercise is one thing that lifts your spirit because it releases hormones in your body that help you not be so depressed. So take a little walk. If you're confined to your bed, you know I have those exercises in your bed. They really help lift your energy, make you smile. You can even laugh at me during the exercises because you know it's kind of funny. So just think about that as you're going through your depressed movements. The foods you eat can make you depressed. If you're depressed, now is not the time to eat all the cakes and the cookies and the pies. I know it's tempting. I know we want to eat it, but eat some fruit instead. Eat something that's going to make you feel light. Okay? So remember those things. Call a friend, hopefully a good friend. Don't call the person who's going to be depressed with you. Get some exercise if you can. Eat some better quality food. And there's a last thing, try to get the right kind of sleep. Don't sleep 12 to 14 hours. If you realize you're sleeping 12 to 14 hours, set your alarm, get up earlier, and if do nothing else, just go walk around in the house so that you can be up. Read a book, read something that you like. Okay? All right. So again, I hope you're aware of Mental Illness Month, which is May. I hope if you have friends who are suffering from mental illness, you reach out to them and you try to help them through their struggles. And if you are suffering from mental illness, take the time to get help. If you need some resources, send me an email, leave a comment at the bottom of the video. I will try to give you resources. Okay. And then I want to remind you that this upcoming Saturday, we're going to have a workshop focusing on financial wellness. So if you're interested in attending that workshop, leave a message at the bottom of the video. Of course, it's all online. So you don't have to leave your house. I try to do everything where you don't have to leave your house. For those of us who are not as social, we're not good at leaving our house. Hey, I got something for you. All right, I love you. Continue to be a blessing to those who are in your life. Continue to be a blessing to yourself. One of the most important things that you can do is love yourself because if you love yourself, you would definitely be able to love someone else. It's very difficult to not love yourself and love others. All right? Bye.